What's the smallest risk that changed your life forever? The night I signed away a stranger's tip, I had no idea I was gambling away my future. It was just past midnight, and I was finishing another brutal shift at the diner. My feet hurt from standing all day, and my clothes smelled like stale coffee and fryer grease. I had been on edge all night knowing rent was overdue, and my landlord wasn't exactly patient. Every time my phone buzzed, I jumped a little, worried it might be the babysitter asking for her paycheck. I leaned against the counter, closed my eyes, and said a tired prayer, hoping something would give. Then Officer Mike walked in just before closing. He came in often, and over time we made great conversation, and he offered free therapy. He knew about my daughter and my troubles, and I knew the burdens he also carried. Tonight, it seemed like one of those burdens was weighing on him. He ordered a coffee, and when I brought it out, he reached for his wallet. But then I heard this long, tired sigh from him, and he said, "I can't believe it. I completely forgot my wallet." "It's okay, Mike," I told him with a tired smile. "Coffee's on me tonight." "No, that's not fair," he said, looking around quickly. He reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a folded paper. "Listen, I know this sounds strange, but I have this random agreement I printed out earlier for a personal thing. Would you just sign it? Trust me, it's better than nothing." I stared at the crumpled sheet, confused and amused at the same time. It looked official, filled with small print and blank lines. It seemed a bit much for a missed tip. I laughed and signed my name quickly at the bottom, feeling silly, but also relieved Mike wouldn't feel guilty. He folded it neatly back into his pocket and thanked me with a wink as he left the diner. I didn't see Mike again after that night. Days turned into weeks, and it got me worrying. Every overdue bill made me regret signing that strange paper even more. What had I really agreed to? Was he playing some weird trick on me? I started imagining worst-case scenarios, like maybe I'd accidentally signed away rights to something important. My landlord came by one afternoon, his eyes cold, handing me an eviction notice. My car had broken down just days earlier, and I was reaching my limit. I felt foolish and desperate, thinking I'd made everything worse by trusting something I had no idea about. Then, exactly 2 weeks after Mike disappeared, he walked back into the diner, smiling mysteriously. He had a large white envelope in his hand. He set it down on the counter in front of me without saying a word. "What's this?" I asked, unsure if I should be nervous or excited. "Sign here first," he said, sliding another small form toward me. I hesitated for a moment, but Mike's friendly eyes convinced me to trust him again. I signed quickly, my heart racing a little faster. Mike nodded and stepped back, giving me space. I opened the envelope slowly. When I saw what was in there, I almost fell backward. It was a check, printed neatly with my name on it, for $100,000. I blinked rapidly. Sure, I must have read it wrong. "Mike, what is this?" My voice cracked as I whispered, holding back tears. He grinned warmly. "That night, the random paper you signed gave you half ownership of any lottery tickets I ever bought. I've been playing the same numbers for years, and I finally hit it big last week. I always planned to split it with you if I ever got lucky." I couldn't stop the tears now. He shrugged gently, looking a little embarrassed. He hugged me and said, "You were always kind to me, even when you were exhausted or stressed. I saw you working hard, trying to make life better for your daughter. I figured if anyone deserved a miracle, it was you. But I didn't want to say anything unless something actually came of it." I covered my mouth, shaking my head in disbelief. That money changed my life completely. I moved my daughter to a safer apartment, one where she could play outside without me worrying constantly. I paid off all my debts and felt like I could breathe again. But I didn't stop working at the diner. I kept showing up each day, grateful I was there because I wanted to be, not because I had no choice. Now I know that sometimes the smallest acts of faith sign the biggest checks.